I've got a little trick here that will allow you to fix your club path and give you a very clear understanding of what your face is doing. I want to show you a really simple trick how to improve your club path. Club path has been misunderstood for many, many years, and today this little trick is going to fix an out to in club path. Club path is the one ingredient that golfers have worked on with as much aggression than any other part of their game. Club path is simply where the club head meets the ball in the circle. We have a golf club that travels from the inside to the inside. So the golf club is traveling from the inside to the inside. That is quite simply all a golf club is doing, and depending on where you meet the golf ball in the circle will dictate your club path. If you meet the ball at this part of the circle, your path will be from the inside. And a good way to show you this is that if I hit the golf ball from that part of the circle, so I set myself up, I then strike the golf ball from that part of the circle, you will see that the path is 8.6 from the inside. If I now strike the golf ball from this part of the circle, I set up to the same and I strike it, you will now see that the club path is negative to the left 11.4. Quite simply, that is all the club path is. As you saw from the imagery on the screen here, the club path went left, the ball had draw on it. The ball had draw on it because the face was closed to the path. The face to path value, the face pointed more left than the path. The one on the right is the value, the face to path value is the value that will dictate whether you meet the golf ball before the midway point or after the midway point. So I demonstrated hitting the ball at this part of the circle. I demonstrated hitting the ball at that part of the circle. And if I meet the golf ball halfway in between, we should get, TrackMan might not get that since I just struck two balls. Oh, it did, lovely. I meet it midway in between and you can see my club path is very, very neutral. Now, for the golfer that has a ball that bends to the right, they have a face to path value that is positive, 14 degrees. What will happen is their path will start to meet the ball on the way back in. Not outside in, simply the way back in. It's much better for you to think about meeting the ball in after the 0 point or meeting the ball before the 0 point. If you understand that I'm meeting it after the 0 point, your club is traveling back in to the left. If you are meeting it before the 0 point, you are meeting it on the way out. But no time should you ever think about getting the club outside of your ball to target line. The minute you do that, you will really, really, really sacrifice the contact patch you make on the face. So when you think about the orange cane being the wall that you are never going to break, whether it be before the ball or after the ball, you will start to soon realize that meeting the ball in to in is very, very doable. Understand, therefore, that your inclination of the bend in the sky will dictate whether you are trying to meet the ball after the 0 point or before the 0 point. So, with that in mind, I've got a little trick here to do with two golf balls that will allow you to fix your club path and give you a very clear understanding of what your face is doing. The first golf ball is to be placed outside of your object ball. So I'm going to set myself up to the golf ball and I'm going to have it that if I strike the golf ball out the middle of the face, I don't hit that outside ball. If I don't hit the outside ball, I know that the middle contact is achieved. If I hit it out the heel, then I'll whack the golf ball, but it needs to take out the heel side of strike. It's not really there to give you a strike aid. It is simply to give you the perception of the outside of the circle, the outside of the circumference of this circle that is your golf swing. The second golf ball is to be placed in line with the two balls, and then for it to be placed in between your feet, on your toe line. Doesn't have to be perfectly middle, but it needs to be on your toe line. Then what I want you to do is make your backswing, and as you make your backswing, I want you, whether you are a downswinger with your arms or a movement out, which I would encourage, I want you to get and rehearse you feeling like you can put the handle back on the inside golf ball. Once you've got the handle on the inside golf ball, drawing a straight line down from the handle where it would be as you do this drill, once you've got the golf club, whether you're approaching it from outside or whether you're approaching it from inside, once you've got the handle over the top of the golf ball, what I then want you to do is then make a swing and catch the golf ball. So you get a real sensation of where the handle is in relation to that golf ball. And what that will do is it will start to bring the lever point of the handle back towards you, which will now start to bring the whole circle closer to you and to where you started. And at that point, it will then start to give the golf club a much better opportunity to swing in to in. Now, depending on whether you have the ball back in your stance or forwards in your stance will dictate whether you meet the ball on the way in, right of the 0 point, or on the way in, left of the 0 point. At that point, if you meet the golf ball with an inside-out path like I just did at 2.6, if the face is open to that path, you'll see you'll hit a straight push. If you now make a swing, if you're tired of paying too much for premium leather golf gloves, please go over and check out my channel sponsor, gxgolfgloves.com. Gloves that are trusted by elite golfers and tour players alike. A real quality golf glove for much, much less than you'll be paying for your high street brands. Go check them out, use my code GOODCOACHING for 10% off your next order. And doing exactly the same thing, put the handle above the golf ball. I'm going to now strike the golf ball but not hit the outside ball. But this time I'm going to have a club face that's closed to my path line. All of a sudden, the ball will now have a bend to the left, but the path line was still from the inside, only at 0.1. But at both swings, because of where I had the handle and how I felt the handle much closer to me at this point, a bit more into the heels of the feet, handle over the top of that golf ball, now gave me a sensation that I could get this golf club to wipe inside, without the fear of hitting that golf ball. Then, once you've done that a few times, go ahead and hit a shot and feel like you can start to move the handle back over that inside golf ball. And hopefully, just hopefully, you start to change the path line, but it won't necessarily make your ball go straighter, and it won't be the answer to make your ball draw, but it might give you an understanding of where your face will be pointing relative to your path. If you start to see the ball fade more, fix your face angle to your path. If you start to see the ball overdraw, you need to fix your face to the path line. In both cases, you will have a much more neutral path line, and you'll start to see the variance and the bend in the sky that neutral face, that neutral path delivers, will then need to be addressed. I think you'll find that's good coaching. See you next time.